So Praveen, then we can discuss your interview process and the various rounds over there. But before that, do you remember the number of students who have been shortlisted for the interview? The number of students, yeah.
Okay. So from my department, there was one shortlist for data science role, computational scientist role, and four shortlists were there for core role. This was from my department. In total, there were around 10 people for computational from IITB and around 15 to 16 people for core role.
Okay, okay, yeah. Yes, and as you have mentioned already that two students from your department, Miss MTech Chemical Engineering, they have been offered the positions of one engineer and one computational data scientist.
Yeah, right. So there were around 3 plus 3 plus 3 final shortlist, like three for data science, three from core, and three from BTech.
So, okay, so you are talking about the final selections.
Final selections, I'm talking about for
So,
JAFs.
okay, so total nine offers Exxon Mobil made this time for IIT Bombay.
Right, yeah.
Yes, and out of those nine, two students are from chemical engineering, MTech Chemical Engineering.
Two are from chemical, MTech. Right.
Yes. So, Ravi, now we can discuss your interview in detail, like the number of rounds, the duration of each and every round. So, if you could discuss those things in detail a bit. Yeah.
Yes, so there were around two rounds. One was technical, and the another one was HR. Rather, I would say behavior. So these two rounds were coupled together. I mean, there was no separate as such. Like my interview, uh, it took around 1 hour 10 minutes or so. So first 45 to 50 minutes were for technical round, and the remaining time of 20-25 minutes it was for behavioral round. So it all started with their introduction. So all of them, the panel was so good. They started with their introduction. Everyone introduced themselves, and there were three people. And then they asked me to introduce. After my introduction, they asked me about like the first question was why MTech, because I had past experience. So why MTech? So I tried answering, but it happened that one of them didn't find it satisfactory. So that person asked me this question around 3 to 4 times in different manners.
Okay.
So it was like I was not able to understand like how should I answer, what are they exactly expecting. So in the end, they asked me, why did you leave your previous job? And I had mentioned many things based on which there was a major follow-up question, to which I answered. And then that was something she was looking for. And they were making me feel comfortable. Like I was not able to answer what they were expecting. So they asked me the same question 3 or 4 times separately in many other terms. So that was the thing. Then this went for around 10 minutes. Then the actual technical round started. So your technical round started. So they asked me, what should we ask you about? Tell us the subject. So I didn't mention any subject as such. I said distillation. So distillation is a very specific part of mass transfer, which is one major subject in chemical engineering. So it was quite specific. So they were like, it's very specific. So any reason for that? So I mentioned a subject called advanced process synthesis, which covers advanced distillation in it. So I was like, this is my expertise. You can ask me anything in this.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this was a mistake. I'll tell you later why this was a mistake.
Okay.
So they started asking me where one first question was like, how would you decide what pressure is to be kept in distillation column? Then I answered. Then follow-up question was like, what has an impact over condenser or reboiler duty? So I'll tell you what distillation column is in short. So you have a column, and top to it we have condenser, and at the bottom we have reboiler, and it's a continuous process. Feed is coming in, and you have mixture, and based on relative volatility differences, the mixture gets separated in its individual components from top and bottom. So lighter components will come out from top, and heavier components will come out from bottom. So this is the distillation column. So so they asked me like, what will create an impact on condenser duty, what will have an impact on reboiler duty, and how are the plant utilities are related to this. So plant utilities are like steam, hot oil, or air, all these things, how will they have an impact on this? So all these questions were answered. uh, then there was a question, what if column starts flooding? Flooding means there is an excessive flow rate of both vapors and liquid. So what will you do? So then I answered that. Then they asked me like, how will you get to know that there is flooding? Then after this, there was a question on packed column versus tray column.
Okay.
They asked me about a difference in this. So there are two different kinds of columns. So one is packed, which has certain types of packings, and one is tray column, which has trays. Again, different types of trays. So I was asked about types of trays, their pros and cons. I could tell them everything. Then difference between packed versus tray. Now here they asked me, where do we use packed column and where do we use tray column? Uh, I don't know why, but I was blank at that moment and I could not answer this question. I told them my project was based on tray column, so I told them applications of tray column very well. But when it came to packed column, thanks to one of the subjects which I had undertaken in the first semester, based on that I could answer some basic stuff but not to the satisfactory level. So I accepted that. I really do not know, but this is the basic answer. And they were like, all okay, I mean that's fine even if you're not able to answer. So it was like, initially my confidence was like, you can ask me anything in distillation and I'll be able to answer it. But it was really a basic question. I mean, if there's someone who is watching this video from chemical background, they'll get to know how I pushed off with, I mean, such a basic concept of packed column, and I could not answer. But it was, I mean, they were like, it's fine. Let's move on to the next question. So now they asked me, what all courses have you undertaken so far? So I again mentioned courses related to distillation, and it was about advanced process synthesis, which I mentioned before. In addition to this, I mentioned one course which was artificial intelligence and process engineering, which was offered by chemical department. It relates to machine learning. It relates machine learning to chemical industry. Now it's like chemical industry is now evolving in this section also. So I mentioned that, and I mentioned one courses which I just told you about. This was by far the best course I had in my career. It was course on wheels. Overview of chemical industry is its official name, but our professor and we informally used to call it as course on wheels. So it's a 1 month course in Gujarat. So we were taken to around 14 to 15 different chemical industries, ranging from like refineries to specialty chemicals, pharmaceutical, then fertilizer companies, all sorts of chemical companies, whichever are there. One company from each section was selected. You might notice this in my resume at the end. I have mentioned some sections and then companies are mentioned. So these all things were there in that course. So then I portrayed this in a very good manner, and then she asked me that what all things you learned from this course, what all job roles are offered to a chemical engineer. So I could explain what all roles a chemical engineer works in based on all these industries. Then I had mentioned about my experience, like how fruitful it is. I was in process department, but I had a training in pilot plant. So I told them how fruitful it is to go through production department and then you move to the process department. Now, at this moment, this interview was for process department. So they asked me like, "Are you really interested in process or you want to be in production?" So I said that I told them that I am definitely interested in process, but I'm just mentioning what are the advantages if you're taken to production department first and then you're placed in the process department. So if you're sizing a pump or you're calculating the line size, you have this picture in your mind how lengthy that pipeline would be, or what is the diameter, what is 25 NB, what is 50 NB, what is 100 NB. You have a physical picture of that in your mind, and it really helps you. If you're calculating NPSH for pump, then you need some distances also. So what is the distance of your fluid which is to be sucked off, and where it is to be taken, these distances. So when you're doing it on paper, you just see there's 10 meters, there's some 50 meters distance, but you need to know, you need to have picture for all these things in your mind, and this is something you get in production department. So that is definitely an advantage. So I explained them this way, so they were happy.
Yes, yeah.
So this was all about my technical
Technical
interview.
round, technical part of the first round.
Yeah, technical round.
Yes, yeah. So some of the things like you mentioned that the when you mentioned them that this lesson was your favorite topic, and you told me that this was a mistake. So why do you think so?
Yeah, as I said, I didn't mention subject. I mentioned a topic, a
Okay.
very specific topic. Then the expectations are very high.
Oh,
If you are like mentioning something which is pertaining to a very specific topic, then it's expected that you know everything from that topic,
yes.
right? And that is one thing. Now, luckily, I could answer everything except for that basic question, but it might happen in someone's interview that you might piss off with maybe 2 or 3 questions. It's not a good thing to mention a very particular topic. Always you should mention some sub. If they have asked you to mention subject. Don't do what I've done.
And you also mentioned that in the very beginning of this part, they were mainly keen to know why did you join MTech, and they asked this question in 3 4 different formats or different types actually, and lastly you answered something which sound convincing. So what was that thing? Means if you could talk about those points, means what were the points they actually wanted to know?
Okay, so I told them that like, uh, how did I, ended up choosing MTech. Like before this, I mean, I had cleared my gate in fourth year, and at that moment, I didn't want to do MTech. Okay, I chose this job, my previous job at TFS. Then, at the end of the year, I realized many of my concepts were not really strong. and I talked to many of my seniors who were from ICT. ICT, Institute of Chemical Technology. It's one of the finest chemical engineering colleges of our country. So there were few of my seniors who had done MTech from ICT and who are now in Honeywell UOP. I talked to them. Ki, why MTech? Uh, I mean, why you people had done MTech?
Yeah.
So they were also like of this opinion. Like when they came to MTech, there were projects through which they got to know that these were the concepts, these are the things which you can, apply in industry. And this was possible only through MTech. In BTech, maybe we ignore some basic concepts. We ignore, rather, what we ignore is application of all these concepts. We just focus on, uh, we do some subjects, we calculate things, we write down in exams, we get some good pointer.
Yeah.
That's it. And talking about application, I'm not saying that everyone does the same, but I did that. So now this is where I had to improve, and that's where I thought of doing MTech. So these were the things, the major thing, talking to my seniors, how MTech would be helpful. That was one thing. What all things I'm going to get if I choose to do MTech. I got to know about all those things beforehand. So MTech was not experimental कि जाके देखेंगे and I'll do the things. Like beforehand, I talked to my seniors. I got to know about everything, what all things I'm going to get, what all opportunities I'm going to get if I go to, some good institute. I knew all of these things beforehand. So these were the things due to which I chose to do MTech.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds convincing. Like you had a plan and you act accordingly. So that definitely sounds convincing. Yes. So Praveen, that way. So any tricky questions or situation in this technical part?
Mm, I already mentioned the one which
Oh, okay.
really that thing. There was a tricky situation, but in another tricky situation was there in my behavioral round.
Okay, yes. So let's talk about that round. So in that round only, the second part about what about behavioral testing and behavioral aspects. So what happened in that part actually?
Yeah, so they started with what all PORs have you held so far?
Yeah.
So I mentioned all the PORs which were there on my resume as well, and a brief about like what all things I have done in those PORs. So those things I talked about, and then they were like what they were interested in, what initiatives I have taken. So whatever PR it might be, what is your contribution as an individual? They are more interested in this. So I explained that too. I mean, I explained it in two PRs. My current PR as an executive member in PGSE, and one in I was central head of alumni association in my BTech. I explained from that perspective also. Then they were like. As I said, there were multiple PORs. So they were like, despite being good in academics, what motivates you to be a part of, so many extracurricular activities?
Yeah.
So here, I didn't know what to answer because I mean, some people do extracurricular just to, either it's their fun time or it's their personal satisfaction or to groom their personal skills. But I didn't know how to put this all together in front of them. So I took time to think. So then it was like I told them the reason for choosing all these things, and then it was okay. So I the only thing was I took some time and it was okay for them. And then it was like they asked me, describe us a moment when you had to manage conflicts.
Okay.
So it is like you had to, tell someone like you had some argument and how did you really sort that out. So I mentioned them about this, and it was very much expected. This is a very common question actually in interviews.
Yeah.
So I had prepared about this. Then, on the similar lines, they asked me, uh, have you ever found someone very irritating? So this was again an unexpected question. I mean, I never saw this question. Maybe it might be there somewhere, but I never read this question. Like, have you ever found someone irritating and how to answer it? So I cross questioned them that, I mean, what do you mean by this? Like, what am I supposed to tell? Is it about POR or is it about what? I mean, dealing people in like dealing with peers, or what it is about. So they were like, you can tell us about professor, maybe any professor you might find him irritating, or any person, any senior, any junior, or anyone. This time I took around 30 to 40 seconds to think. It's a great time, when there is a pause of 30 to 40 seconds, it's again a big time.
Yeah.
But I could recall a situation wherein I had to handle a big mob, and at an 11th hour, I got to know that the person who was responsible to handle that particular section, he told me that I won't be available. The event was at 10 o'clock in the morning. He told me all these things at 9:30. So the irritating part was the reason that he gave me. So I told them about this, and it's not about, even if there might be some problem, there were two things. This was an avoidable thing. You could avoid it, but still you didn't. So this was irritating for me. And what I understand is, still things can be managed. I mean, there are very like there might be some personal problems, but you need to communicate on time. You could told me about this a night before. Then they asked me, how did you manage this?
Yes.
So I told them that I had a very good experience of handling such things right from my BTech. So we usually have a backup in mind. So we like I had this backup for like I had a substitution ready with me. So the event was not hampered at all, and it was smoothly conducted. So they liked this. So then, like this answer was entered at this note. Then they asked me about my hobbies at the end, and that way it was ended. And at the end, they asked me like, "Do you have any questions?" So I asked them a question, showing my interest in the profile.
Yes. Yeah, Praveen. So, Praveen, any questions on your work experience? Means in the first part, definitely they asked like, why did you leave your last job? But apart from this, any questions on your work experience?
Yes, I guess I missed this in technical round. So in technical round itself, they asked me about like whatever, like if it is about distillation, what all things I have performed before. So I had to tell them, linking it to my previous experience also, and follow-up questions were based on that. So let's say if you have designed some evaporator, uh, if at all I'm not exactly recalling the situation. That is why I am currently fabricating this question. Okay, so this is not the actual situation, but that's how it had happened for other questions. So say they are asking me about evaporator, so I linked it to my previous experience. How did I designed an evaporator, and how different kind of evaporators I had designed in my uh, job experience. So there might be tubular evaporators, There might be thin film evaporators. So these, and in tubular evaporators also, there are different kinds of, like rising film, falling film. We have condensers. All these designs, I explained them. Like I have designed them. Like how do we start? Like you start with manual calculations. When you have to simulate something in software, you have to start with manual calculation. You can't simply start with simulations. So how I used to do it in company, like some good knowledgeable guesses I used to generate from my manual calculations. Then I used to put them in software, and then I used to come to the conclusion. So these were, like, that's how I used to uh, end up that questions to my either my experience, or to my MTP, or to any project that I have dealt with.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, people also call it the breadcrumb approach, in which you leave some kind of lead in the answer of the question, so the interviewer ends up asking questions on that lead. So that way, up
Mhm.
to some extent, you can also drive your interview, or maybe you can decide the course of the interview.
Exactly, exactly. I was going to hint at this. I didn't know I couldn't even remember this name, breadcrumb approach, but I was going to tell you, like, if at all there has to be some suggestion to our juniors, then definitely they have to follow this approach. And this starts from your introduction itself, how you end up your introduction.
Yes.
From there itself, it's about, interviewers should feel about, they are asking questions, but it's in your mind, yeah, that you are controlling the interview.
Yes, you are
But
driving the.
you
Yeah.
should make them feel that they are controlling the interview.
Yes.
So that's I guess that is this breadcrumb approaches, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, Praveen. So, Praveen, I think we have covered your interview rounds in great detail, and it seems as if you attempted your interview yesterday only. Means you remember each and every details of your interview. So, yeah, it will definitely help the upcoming students. So, anything you want to add in the interview part? You want to add something before, like something you remember from your experience?
Interview, the one thing that again I might be repeating this, the one which I did for packed column. So uh, so I was honest. So that is what I suggest juniors also. You need to be honest. If you don't know, you should say you don't know. I mean, if you tried answering, but I mean, you should not fabricate your answers at
Yes.
that moment if you don't know. Like, if you don't know, you say you don't know. Do not try to fabricate the stuff. Do not try to build stuff on the basis of your imagination at that moment and try to impress. It doesn't really work. So if you don't know, even if it's a basic topic, still you can accept, you can say you don't know. So
Yeah.
that really worked, because despite this, at the end of my technical round, how did they start for behavioral? They said, uh, uh, this like, I was told that your technical knowledge is superb, and now let's start testing your other skills. That's how they started behavioral round. So this gave me a hint that even if you have messed up with one question, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they are hiring people, not machines. So
Yes.
even if you commit a mistake, that's fine. So this was the key thing I would like to highlight.
Yeah. Yes, Praveen. So, Praveen,
And
yeah.
apart from this, I also missed out one more thing. This is not really related to question answers. Uh, there was a power cut suddenly. So
Yeah.
power cut. Abhi you are seeing there's a light at top. So if that's off, then there will be a dim light.
Yeah.
Exactly similar was the position in
Yeah.
interview also. So there was a very dim light, and I started panicking. And there is this curtain, and if I open this, there will be a brightness, a very strong. bright now. It's not brighter because अभी थोड़ा rainy season जैसा माहौल है, but it's very brighter. So I started doing all these things. So they were like, no, you need not do that. We can see you, and do not really panic. I mean, stay calm. It's fine. So they made me comfortable, you know. Uh, and in like after this, there was again I had forgot to close this window. There is window of this side. I had forgot to close it. There was a sudden high wind speed, and मेरी आँख में कुछ तो चला गया. And there was one question going on, and I could not listen to that question. I was just doing this. I was doing this, and they got to know about it. So they gave me around 2 to 3 minutes to handle this. You know, they were like, "Are you all right? You deal with it. Be quiet. If you want to drink water, go have water." So the panel was so superb. They were so, I would say, they were so considerate. They were so kind. They were making me feel comfortable in all these situations. There was a power cut. There was this chaos. So they made me feel comfortable. Just you need to give your 100%. This will be my suggestion to all our, you know, whoever is going to apply for this company, or for rather irrespective of the company, whichever be the panel, they usually panels are considerate. So you need not panic.
Yeah. Yeah, your advice will be definitely helpful for them. And yeah, it's true that the interviewers were very, they were considerate, as you have mentioned, and they tried their best to make you feel comfortable in any situation. So that says a lot about the interview. So thank you, Praveen. Thank you very much. So any special or any special advice for your MTech chemical engineering students, for those who will be appearing for placements in the coming season?
What I would suggest is start preparing from your second semester itself. So whatever courses you want to do, every course matters, as I said. So you want to choose courses wisely. Start doing all these things from second semester itself. You need to be in touch with your seniors. Then comes resume preparation. As I said, you need to give enough time for your resume.
Yes.
So make sure that whichever company you are wishing to go in, you and it's not about only one company, right? You might wish for around 4 to 5 companies.
Yeah.
So make sure at least those 4 to 5 resumes you are referring to, like those 4 to 5 people who have already got placed in that company, you are referring to that resume. So this is about resume preparation. Everything should be well structured, well organized, and be confident in interviews. I mean, that is something that is going to fetch you that offer. Even if you mess with some question, no big deal. It's fine, to commit a mistake. It's fine to fail at some point. So
Yes.
these are all my suggestions to our juniors.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I hope they will listen to you and they will work on it. Hopefully, they will also miss. They will definitely learn from your experience. And so, thank you very much. Thank you for taking out time and sharing your experience with us.
Thank you, Sudhakar.